Hi everyone. Now we are going to interview Eric, who is a Taiwanese student exchange to US in 2013. Hi Eric,
Hi.
can you tell us your exchange experience in US?
Okay. I was an exchange student in the Frostburg State University in Maryland, and during that year, I learned a lot. I learned about I not just focusing on study stuff. I also experiencing many different we call cultural communication, but actually it's kind of like cultural communication with the
Yeah.
local people, and it's quite great experience for me, and it definitely helped me with my personal growth.
So your English improved a lot because of your exchange experience.
Actually, I think why I have to say I learned a lot about English because I just keep communicating with the local people or my classmates in the university. So I think that's the way I can improve in my English.
Uh,
Yeah.
so why did you want to go to US in the beginning?
Because I back to 3 years ago, I was the beginning of I was at the beginning of learning English,
Yeah.
and I cannot even make a sentence, so I choose a big decision for myself and go to the U.S. and try to use my body language or yeah or and use I use dictionary a lot, and actually a lot of professors say that I almost in danger because I cannot understand what they are talking and what they are teaching. But in the end of each semester, I made it. I made it. So
Yeah, you did make a change. I
yeah.
think your English is very perfection now.
No.
So you went to America through the student exchange programs provided by Christian University.
No. I was in another university in Taiwan, and they got uh they got the money from the Department of Education in Taiwan. So they got opportunity for many students. They got chance can go to the U.S. And I think yeah, that's why I can go to U.S.
Did it cost a lot?
Actually, he didn't. I mean, he didn't. And but I spent a lot of money on traveling. So yeah.
Mm, what's the differences between the American teaching styles and Taiwanese teaching styles?
I think the universities in Taiwan, they are approaching to the way as the university in the U.S. I think they are, there is not a huge gap in between the university in Taiwan and the U.S. Actually, it's much closer because a private, for example, the
Yes.
CUSCU, the professors in here, they they teach in a way as the professor in the U.S. So I didn't see any difference.
Ah, does American schools have more student activities than Taiwan schools?
Yeah. Actually, like for example,
Yes.
in in Frostburg State University, every month they will pick out day. I mean, the school will pick out day, and they will create a big party.
Yeah.
They call late and then in the student center, and every professor have to dress up like waiters and to serve it to each student. Yeah, and we got and every month we got a topic or we got a subject for the party. Like if during the Halloween, and every student and every professor have to dress up for something. And yeah, and for the party, even though school cannot provide alcohol, but they still provide a lot of activities, or they will give a lot of gifts for students. They want students have a memorable memory in their life in in the campus.
Ah, that's so interesting.
Okay.
So, do you think a Christian Zhongyuan Christian universities can also hold some such parties to um, let more students enjoy it.
Yeah, but I think uh, in Taiwan, many universities they think that it's because if you create a party, you have to concern about the dangers. I mean, sometimes students might do something over, and yeah. So if for CYCU,
Yes.
they can host a party as the first state university in the U.S., but they have to think more about the things what student will do during the party.
Uh,
Yeah.
Um, so do you know some exchange students programs in Zhongyuan Christian universities?
Yeah. Like now I am applying for the exchange student program in San Francisco State University because I want to do my graduate project in the San Francisco State University. And I think it can help me to learn more about the multicultural experience during the time in the US. And I think it's quite helpful for each of the students if they want to learn something in other countries, and they should get an opportunity. Yeah.
Uh, Now, what preparations do you need?
I think we need study plan, and we need something about ourselves, and we have to prove, we have to give some active achievements as the self promotion for school to believe that okay, you are a decent student, can get opportunity to go to the US.
Do you need some volunteer experience?
I think we don't. I mean, for the program in the CSU, we don't.
Ah, that's so strange.
Yeah, and furthermore, I think for students who are capable of being exchange students and go to other countries, I suggest that they have to participate different events, different parties in the country because I actually think that many exchange students in other countries they only stay their dorm and watch TV shows and just doing something with their friends at the same country. They use their language to talk, to communicate. And most of the time, they avoid to communicate with the local people, use their language. So, I very encourage the students if they get a chance to other country, they should try to use their language to communicate with them. Yeah.
But how about study? I mean, if you spend your time in the party, I think it will take you so many. I think you, how to say,
Oh, I know you. Okay.
Cannot take balance between play and study.
No, no. Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What I mean is that, how do you 怎么说呢？
你说看看。
不是，我刚刚想到，然后一出口我就忘了。
哦，原来是忘记哦。
对啊，一出口就忘了，然后我想起那个句子，我想不起来。就是说，你会浪费很多时间在 party 上啊。对啊，我知道你懂我说什么，可是我问不出来。
没关系，
哎呦，不知道怎么问。
Will you use my time
Oh,
on parties?
don't you think it will be a waste of time if you spend your time on the parties?
So you mean I cannot get sufficient time for study, right?
Yes.
And I think in the US, it's a stranger thing. Even though students party a lot, but actually, from Sunday to Friday, Friday before 6 o'clock, they study. That's why I think they study until the midnight, and library, the library on campus, they don't close. They just over the place for students to study. And if you need computers, okay, the computer's over there. And if you need to print your documents, something, it's over there, and it's all for free. And and you always can see there has more than 100 students stay in the library and they just study and they keep studying. But during the Friday to Saturday night, they party. I mean, schools will force students to off the campus or off the library. They will shut down the library before after 6 o'clock, and students have to go out, have to join the party or have to talk with their friends because you cannot always stay to study stuff. But yeah, that's why. And I follow that road, and it's quite fun because I can get a lot of friends over there. Even though
Yes.
sometimes we don't know each other, but after a few weeks, okay, I think we can talk something about study. Yeah.
So the American students also study very hard, the same as the Taiwanese students.
I think they are study harder than Thai student because they pay their tuition by their own, and they are to control their life. They are to choose the major they really like to study, so they don't want to waste their money, so they
Yes.
study hard.
So we think that they keep a good balance between the study and the entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I've heard that the library in the Christian University is closed at 5 o'clock in p.m. in the weekends, on weekends, in Saturdays and Sundays. Do you think it's reasonable?
I think it's ridiculous because you are university, so you need to provide a place for students to study, and library is the best place for students.
Yes.
So you should open like a convenience store 24 hours a day. Yeah.
I also think so.
Yeah.
还问什么呀？
都可以啊。
都可以哦。我有没有问到你 cultural shock？
哦，还没有哎。
还没有。
啊。
万一你自己剪了的时候，
我知道。
嗯，
你们要先打逐字稿给我啊。
好吧。Did you have any cultural shock in the America?
Actually, I didn't get any culture shock because I was not a good student back to like 3 or 4 years ago. I play a lot. I have a lot of fun with my friends, and I don't care about the difference of personality in between people, and I don't care about the difference in between countries. So actually, most of the time, I am part. It's strange but actually I am part of the local people in a unit in the school, but I am not a part of friends. I mean, most of the time I'm not part of friends with Thai students in the US in the school, so I didn't get any cultural shock. But I got some confrontation with Taiwan students because some students think that okay, you like to go out with the people you meet in the US and you don't like to go out with us, and why you join our club or why you join our events? But actually I still have friends in that club or in that event, so I don't care. But yeah, I got some argument with those Thai students, but actually it's not a big deal for me.
Yeah. How about the food? I've heard that American food is so how to say
oily
难吃的怎么讲？
oily 吧，油
哦，也不
吧。
是难吃的是
美国食物有难吃吗
很恶心啊。
？Hard to eat 。
哎，do you often buy McDonald's in America? Because I've heard that many American exchange students, 我错了，又说错了，不是很难吃怎么讲来着
It's not tasty well.
？It's not taste well. 哦，好害羞哦。 真的吗？真的难，真的没有很难吃吗？
你还没问我。
我先暂停哦。